I clicked transition a lot earlier than I thought I was going to. Oops. Hello. Hello. Welcome back to something involving a Prusa Mini and some PrusABlok and a Tuesday with the time appropriate. Welcome to your faces, to your presence, to your selves, to you. Hello. Hello. It's Tuesday apparently, and it's warm. It is once again warm. But hey, that's a me problem. How are you? I hope that you are all doing well, that you are ready for today. For today, as I said less than a minute ago, we are once again delving into the world of the Prusa Mini and some PrusABlok and making a 3D printer out of a 3D printing specific construction toy called PrusABlok. It just so happens that the victim of being turned into a 3D print into a PrusABlok printer is a Prusa Mini. Yes. Hello. Hello. And hello. I'm good at this. I am very good at this. It's almost, yes, it's almost like it's uncanny as to my ability to actually talk to you all. Hi. So last week, technically it was last week, Thursday was our last stream. And on Thursday, we had done a very fair, reasonable chunk. We had worked out, when I transition over to the right shot, we had laid out the groundworks completely for the Z-axis. When I get the right shot, this shot, and then we do that, and then you can see that. Yes. And then, yeah. So we have, as of Thursday, we now have something that resembles a Z-axis. Last Tuesday, we created the Y. Thursday, we created the Z. We have several specific blocks at this point. So we have our Z end cap, where we can mount our NEMA 17. We've got the pass-through for... We have got the pass-through for the lead screw, some vent holes and such for the 10mm rods that are used for the Z-axis. We have our rod holder, rod holders, plural. Our NEMA 17 motor mount for the Y-axis tensioner, front and rear plates, and the Z base block, Z base that holds at the bottom of the Z axis over here. So we can carry on. We can carry on our adventures, and today we are focusing on the X-axis. The X-axis. We've got the blocks here that we've got the pieces here that we need to PrusABlokify, which on the original Prusa, not that one, on the original Prusa Mini, they are used for holding both the extruder assembly and the X motor. So we need to make something that is strong enough, and this may be an instance where we end up using screws. I'd rather not use screws, but this is one of those instances where it may be necessary. We could cheat entirely and just reuse those pieces, but that's not exactly in keeping with the overall aesthetic, the overall goals that we have set out for ourselves. Which, if we can remind ourselves of those, let me bring those up. Let's bring up the rules. The rules are, where did Notepad++ go? Is it this one? This one. Switch it on. And let's just have it take over the majority of the screen. Let's add this one into here. When I find it, window capture number 4. I can't make it fit properly. Hopefully, you're able to read these. So, if we remind ourselves of the rules, we're keeping it cantilever in the original Prusa Mini style. We're keeping it 3D printed. Structure via printer block only, no non-3D printed extrusions allowed. Motion components and kinematics must be stock. Reuse as much of the Prusa Mini as possible. No glue, 3D gloop, screws, screws interacting for critical components only, screws holding in the motors as we saw with the Z end cap, as I'm calling it, and the Y idler and Y axis and so on, and keeping it fun. Those being the base set of rules that we've laid out means that we should be good. Why does it never stay on? There we are. So looking at the original Prusa Mini, we can see... Ah! Hello, Kragord! You're not done yet. I sleep in thinking you were fast. Well, good day to you, sir. I hope you're doing well. Yes. We need to make something that can interact with the LM10UU bearings, some form of clamping force there. Then we've got the X-axis motor that we need to hold on to, and the extruder assembly that clips onto the back. That extruder assembly worries me a little bit. But hey, we can figure it all out. Can't we? We can figure it out. Let me just check that that was as I thought it was. Okay. Yes, we can figure it all out. Right then. Shall we start with something easy to warm up with? Oh. Yes, let's start with something easy to warm up with. We need to... Let's just duplicate this thing from over here. We can use this as our reference. We have got something with two 8mm holes that is size roughly 48 by 24 by 28. So we can go with something that is 48 by 32 by 32. Yes, it's a lot bigger. However, it's fine. It is absolutely fine. Actually, no. Let's keep it 16. 16 wide. Nope, wrong one. Length 16. So we need to cut a hole for the idler. Let's duplicate this a moment. Duplicate, nope. Duplicate this, turn it into a hole, and let's see what sort of sizes we are dealing with here. I'm sure you've worked out by now, this is my favorite technique. We just use the existing thing as a reference and chop everything out. So that's the shape that we've got. We can work with that. So that means that they have a wider hole at the base, a narrow hole at the top. Wider base, narrow top. That's me. Okay. Let's start off with the easy bits that we know. That's 8. That's 8. Well, 8.1. Now let's leave it at 8, and it's 1, 2, 3 apart, I believe. You and you, make you taller. Group you together, and let's align you centrally and make sure that we are in the right space. We are not. In which case, let's go over to the GitHub, x-axis, mini x end. Do we have any documentation for the mini x end? Mechanical parts, mini x rod. No. Step. No. So it does not give us exact dimensions. That's fine. We can work from that. We need to reference something else. Or I could measure. Let's do that. Let's just measure. Our X rods on the Prusa Mini are 26 apart. They're 8mm wide. Okay, you and you move up here. 26 on the narrowest, so that would be 2, 12, 22, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 26. What? Hang on, that's 42. 26 plus 16 is 42. So this measures from the outside edge. Let's bring it into the middle. Are we correct? Is my chat not refreshing again? I get the feeling that my chat's not refreshing, Cragord. Let's figure this out, shall we? There we go. Fixed it. Wow, you know how to count without using your toes. Rude. I mean, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Although I don't have 6 toes on each. I don't have 6 toes. So how would I count to 22? Okay. Duplicate you. And then align the big block over here with it. So that gives us the outside edge. But at the same time, we can't have it as tall because we need the 3mm screw holes. So for the M3s that get used to push the piece back out, and we need 2 of those. Ungroup. Take you, take you. No, you move out of the way for the time being. Right. You, go there. And we can shrink you down. We made you how tall? 25. So let's make you 25. Shove you up. And then align you in the middle as well. So that gives us the screw hole for adjusting the how far we have pushed the rods back out. Let's just make sure. Whoop, no, can't see. You go there, you go there. 1, 2. That gives us a total height of 33, which is fine. And then we need the space for the screw button head. If we look over here, we have the recess for where the, not button. I don't remember what it's called. The recess for the screw head. I don't know how big the screw heads are. It's an M3 screw head. M3 button head screw. Is it button head? No. M3. What is that screw type called? Panhead? No, it's not panhead. It is called cap head. M3 cap head screw. Well, that turned up. And then we just need to get some rough dimensions and then oversize it a little bit. This will do. We're looking at K. Thank you. Cap head. We're looking at K, we're looking at M3. So we are 2.5 as a recess. Depth. DK is 5. 5 by 2.5. So let's focus on you. Duplicate. We make you 5 and 5 by hello, Jay Brezen. Button head looks to be button head screw. Button head is this type. One moment, please. Sorry. Delivery. Oh no! Oh no! Of course the window vanishes. So, it is... Buttonhead is the one that looks like a button. I guess that's one way of looking at it. So we need 5 by 2.5, so let's just make it 3. 3 high. And then we align you like this. On this one, on the X, on the Y. And then we can duplicate this, drag it over here. Okay. And then we just need the gap for the idler and the screw hole for the idler. So let's figure that out. Let's make it 24 wide. 24, no, 22, because we can... Yes. And we need it to be 28 tall. So let's go 26. Let's just have a rough view right now as to how that makes us look. You align in the middle vertically. Okay, so it's too wide. How are you doing today, Jay Brezen? I'm glad you could join us. Group. Do you know what's tempting? I am very tempted to just cheat. Radius 1, step 1. No, it's not steps 11, step 1. I am very tempted to cheat. Very tempted to just go plonk, 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 and just call it good there. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. We know it's a bad idea. Because that's boring. That's boring. Let's do it properly. We have got something at the base that is 13, but it's not 13. That would be 11. So I've got an 11 mil wide by 20, 11 by 20. And let's make that not as tall. Let's make it, let's eyeball it. Okay. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Let's make it now. How do I do this? How to do this? We need an arch. There we go. So I made that 11. Plonk you there. And then let's align. And we make you a bit narrower. But how narrow do we go? 1, 2, 3. I'll do. If I now Turn that into a hole as well. Actually, no, let's make it solid. We need it that tall because that's how tall our block is. How's the heat wave over there? I hate it. I quite honestly cannot stand it. I don't do well in heat at all. Heat and me don't get along. There's a reason I like to say I scuba dive when I'm on holiday. The reason I do that is to get out of the heat. You can go in the ocean and you'll be fine. You know, go in the ocean. It's only going to get certain. The biggest issue you're going to have is you're going to get cold. So I like to scuba dive. And there we go. Are you currently experiencing a heat wave? I guess with you phrasing it as, how's the heat wave over there, that would suggest to me that you are experiencing it. Experiencing one too. Make them all red. If I group that together now, how does that look? That looks reasonable. I cloned that reasonably well. Now it's just a case of shove a hole in it. How tall is that? That's 32. How tall is this? That's 27. Let's make that 32 tall. And turn it back into a hole. Use group over here, group. Center, center. Move you out the way. Bring you over here. Center it. Center it. Nice. That looks all right. Ooh, we need connector holes. So it's 32, so that's 2 across. So let's grab you from over here. Get rid of that one. No. Bring you over here. Get rid of you. Thank you, Greg. Group. You. Middle, face. Oh, it's not. It's 48, isn't it? So I need 3 sets of connectors. This lot. I have not done a very good job at explaining what it is that I'm trying to do today, is it? Have I? I should probably spend a little bit more time explaining my thoughts and processes. Because I'm sure people have questions as to what on earth it is that I am attempting to do. Glad you have a very glad you can have a little piece of hell on earth that we feel every year. I feel honored to experience your hell on earth. You experienced one of ours not too many years ago where you had snow. It's rare for us to have snow, but you had it. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so looking at this, we can't have these central connectors, can we? Let's group it together and have a look. So we can't have these middle connectors because they protrude into... Or can we? Can we have them? Hold on a second. I'm confusing myself. You and you, focus. You move. You move. Let's have a look at this for a moment. Ungroup. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at the X end. Every 3 to 5 years, bad snow every 8 to 10. Had a bit of a heat wave in the US where I am, but it wasn't nearly as long. Yeah, okay. What sort of temperatures and humidity do you get where you are, Jay Brezen? We need to ungroup those, make those a bit shorter. Where were they? They are at 25, so let's bring them down to 20. Move them back up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And make those screw holes a bit taller, I think. That could be a mistake. Right. That could be a mistake. I hope it's not a mistake, but we'll find out when we go to print it and assemble it. So these holes, these connector holes need to be gone because they are going to interfere if they get used with the belt. So we don't want those. They shouldn't interfere with the rod. That should be okay. That should be okay because they shouldn't interfere. Where they are, they shouldn't interfere with the rod. $79 right now with 71%. For me right now, it is ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. 62% humidity, 24 degrees Celsius, so 24 C in F, 75. So you've got it a little bit worse. Mind you, that's at 7:30 a.m. Yes, it is 1:35 for me right now. So this is the highest point in the day, so I guess I shall suffer. I shall keep suffering. We need the screw hole for the idler. Thank you for reminding me. And that again is an M3. So we need 3 by 3. And there's a hex hole. It's going to hit like 98 today. I would rather not. I would really rather not. I don't do heat. How do you deal with heat, Kragord? Do you just not go outside? No. No, you should not be able to walk outside and slow cook yourself. It's wrong on so many levels. M3 hex nut. Do I have? We do have something else with an M3 hex nut that already exists. It's over here. We're going to steal you. Turns out we didn't need you. So what I need from this Not this, 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 nor this, nor this. What I need is this. This assembly here. It's not even an assembly. Good day, Ace. How are you? Yes, it's early. It's the breakfast stream. You know it's the breakfast stream. I need to steal this out of that idler because I cannot be bothered to remake it. And then it's just finding an appropriate height. Drop you there. It needs to be somewhere in the middle. Something like that. Something like that. Move out the way. You just woke up. Well, you know what you need to do. You need to go have breakfast. It's the breakfast stream. Go get some food. Food is good. Ooh. So what I'm thinking is I need to throw essentially a half block onto these. So then, because this has the protrusions, and I understand why they have the protrusions now. Don't forget the slits so the rods can slide in and out. Do we need the slits? I've not found an 8mm rod in my pile of junk to confirm. I say this, and I probably have 8mm rod. Just sat here. These are 8mm rods. I actually have 8mm rods just sat here. This is one of these things that I need to do I need to go through and organize all the things that I inherited. I say inherited. A friend of mine, Cyberjack, he moved to Florida, and he abandoned his wares with me. If they put it there, it's there for a reason. 8mm rod movements. But it fits. It fits. It's there. It fits. It's not the easiest, but we did it. So, as I was saying, a friend of mine, Cyberjack, he moved to Florida. I didn't transition my camera, so you didn't see me demonstrating the fact it fits properly. Let's do it again. It goes on. There you go. I'm good at this. And then I go back to this camera, and Edge keeps changing its bloomin' title, so it keeps losing track. Reread that. If they put, don't forget the slits so the rod can slide in and out. If they put it there, it's there for a reason. 8mm rod moment. Reread that. What did I miss? I didn't say 8. I didn't. Did I say something wrong? I'm on the edge of my seat. Why are you on the edge of your seat? What did I miss? Are you bullying me already? And you've just woken up? You bullying me? Moment, not movement. What? What? Edge. It's a... Because of your browser. Two different jokes. See, I thought that Kragord had said something and I'd missed it. Doug, go load my TPU in my big printer. I'm being too lazy. You said movement and then defended it not moving. Because Kragord said that it has the slits so they can move it in and out, but they use the slits so that they can tighten it down. But equally, you don't need to tighten the X idler down because you use the screws to push the X tensioner away from the rods so that you can tension the belt, and then I guess you would have to clamp it down afterwards to then stop plastic deformation over time. Great, we're all on the same page now. Maybe? Who knows? What I do know is there are 4 of you watching right now and 2 likes. I see that's a problem because you're all bullying me again. And yet I still do this. Oh dear. Length 8. Width 8. No, width 16. Height 32. Fine. Here's a like. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Oh. I'm not guilting you into liking the video. Okay. Maybe a little bit. Doop. You go there. 1. No. 2. So then we go 1, 2. Darn it, I already subscribed. I mean, if you're already subscribed and that's a problem, feel free to follow me on other social media platforms. Because, you know, for some weird reason, I have other platforms. Just don't forget to come back. 4.4. Let's make it 4.4 because that looks 6.4. 4.4 is a plate level of thickness. So if we make it look like there's a plate level of thickness on it, 1, 2, maybe that looks better? Yes, that looks better. Lol, you thought you was going to tell me to unsubscribe. Oh, thought you were going to tell me to unsubscribe. No! 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 No, I need you guys. You guys make this work. You guys make it fun. Otherwise, I'm sat here talking to myself. You are my outsourced accountability to make sure that I'm finishing a project. That I need you. If you're not here, then I'm probably going to goof off and do something else. So please don't go. Please. Know the feeling. Yeah, you do know the feeling, Ace. He talks to himself anyway. Yes, don't call me out like that, Kragord. You talk to yourself too. Oops. Stupid thing. This is where Ace chimes in and says, well, you could always use whatever thing that I use to make models. Problem is you answer. Yes, I do answer my own questions. Right. Does that look reasonable? Does that look like there is sufficient bite or plastic for it to do the thing? Oh, this is getting too hard to see through. You, group. Okay. So this side there is not enough. On shape, I'm actually making a toolbox in Tinkercad, so I can't say much. Do you prefer Tinkercad? Tinkercad is the only thing that I'm any good at. So, you know, it's the one thing that didn't scare me off when I tried to make something. So it's got that going for it. And then I just use it as the argument of, well, you know, I can make these things in Tinkercad. So what can you make in Tinkercad? You know, what excuse do you have if I can make a 3D printer? You know, what can you make? Except said with less hostility. You'll be good at Onshape if you tried brackets and watched my tutorials. See, my argument is I'm making these things, right? I'm making 3D printers out of a 3D printer construction toy that is using basic primitive shapes. That is what Tinkercad is good with. Simple shapes. I mean, yes, you can do an awful lot more. You can do so much more in Tinkercad. I mean, they've got the whole simulation stuff now. I have no idea how any of that works yet. So for me, Onshape is Fusion, but on a browser. You'll be good at Blender if you tried, and with my tutorials, which I need to update. Morning, Joe. How you doing? Here's the thing. Excuses. Yes, very much excuses. But view it from the standpoint of, I do this stuff in Tinkercad because I find it less intimidating. And somebody new to this hobby can pick up Tinkercad and run with it. So, you know, it's fine. I say it's fine. You do you, boo-boo. Thank you, Cragord. Like, if I wanted to be a complete sadist, I could try doing all of this within the slicer. I'm not going to, because while I'm nuts, I'm not insane. You know, I don't have that many problems. Learn both, use Tinkercad as training. Training wheels. Yeah, pretty much. So, I got distracted, defending myself for no reason about Tinkercad. There is sufficient meat here, sufficient meat here. The hex hole is the right size. Do you know what? Let's put them back. Let's grab some connector holes and put them on what is the pseudo panel that we have stuck on here. Loop, loop. Loop, loop, and group. Align. Make a hole. No, make it a hole. And then drop it onto that surface. Let's go for the aesthetics. How does it look? Focus. That one doesn't work there. So we can get rid of that connector. Bring you back, turn you back into a hole, and group. What do we think? How does that look? That looks reasonable. Just the physics simulation stuff is cool. Yes. I used to add small details because the SVG to model software is really good. Tinkercad is surprisingly capable. People forget that Tinkercad is still AutoCAD, the same company that makes Fusion. Yes. I don't forget that it's AutoCAD, but every time I've gone to use AutoCAD, I've just ran away from it because I've been terrified. Why is there two? There shouldn't be two. Oh well. Spin. And then it's focusing on the wrong thing again. So the rotation point's never in the right place. Drop you there, drop you there. And there we go. That looks to me like an idler thing. We've made another one. It looks about right. I just hope that the holes for storing the words. I hope that there's sufficient gap inside the idler block piece and the X carriage end cap for the rods to actually go in properly. That's a thought. That's a thought. That's a thought. That's a thought. Ah, what are you? Oh, you're you. Okay, let's grab this a second. Nope. When I say this, I mean the rod holder. Focus, ungroup. How big did I make that? I made that 8.2. Okay, I need to resize these because we know that that rod fits. So I need to resize you to 8.2. 8.2. 8.2. And then resize you to 8.2. 8.2. Sorry. So a couple of minutes ago, we, because I think Joe joined after the fact, we have test fit the rod holder on some 8mm rod that I finally found. And we know that this fits. So this hole being 8.2 means that we need to mirror it. We need to replicate that in the in the X end piece that I keep forgetting the name of. So let's align the newly resized rod hole with the cap hole for the screw. Move that piece back. And then re-grab everything. Oh, wait. Wait. Loop, loop. You and you. Duplicate. Move you over here. We need to put the connector holes. There. Here. Doop, doop, and doop, and dupe. No! Sorry. Mirror you, and then align you at the end here, and then bring you back. There we go. There we go. Now, we have the X carriage end. That's only taken 45 minutes, but we have an X carriage end. Ta-da! Whew. Okay. That's that one done. I'm going to save you because you're useful. Get rid of you because I don't need you. Don't need you, don't need you. You need to stay actually. Because now we've got this monstrosity to work out. And by this monstrosity, we all know what this monstrosity is. This is the sum. Seeing you work is the most proud an engineer can be. Oh, seeing your work. I was going to say, seeing me work? No, Ace. What are you chatting about? Right. How can we... Oh, you're upside down. Right. How can we remake you? What do we need to do to remake you? You missed the whole conversation. No, I didn't. I didn't miss the whole conversation. Because Kragord has said that they're a civil engineer and that you're a civil engineer. And or that Kragord's dad was a draftsman. Something like that. I'm not terrible. What are you chatting? What are you chatting about? I'm not a terrible person. Uh-huh. Nuh-uh. So, once I wake up, I'm going to start modeling too. Yes. It didn't start by AutoCAD. AutoCAD bought it from the people who made Tinkercad, but I don't remember who that was. Yeah. AutoCAD did buy Tinkercad. I cannot remember who made it previously. Either way, yes, but Autodesk owns everything. Yes, Autodesk do own everything. AutoCAD still AutoCAD makes company that makes Fusion. Yes, AutoCAD do make Fusion. I went to school for it, but left before getting the last couple of credits. Okay, so yeah. Don't worry, we're having a conversation on the side to boost engagement. Thank you. Right. So let's get, yeah. How do I make this thing? It's 57 by 43. 57 by 43. By 56. Don't want to make it too high. We don't want to make it too high because then we potentially lose out on Z height. And we don't want to make it too wide because we don't want it to collide with the blocks on the side. So let's have a think about this. Let's bring the original piece up here and have a look at it in place, which is something along these lines. Loop, loop. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. So let's check. Does the stock one collide? No. Stock does not collide. Why am I doing this all the way up here? Let's bring it back to somewhere we can work from. Over here. Drop you, get rid of you. Oh, and let's put you roughly in place. There. one last piece. We need to turn you solid, duplicate, rotate, whoop, duplicate, rotate, and then align you with the X carriage piece that's all the way over here. And then stretch out the X carriage piece so we have something to reference. All the way over here. There we go. So now we know roughly what the X carriage is going to look like. Well, the end of the X carriage. Again, I don't think I'm going to change the actual hot end carriage itself because we know it works and I don't want to change it because it works. So this is how much space we've got. Wow, we have a chance for rain. Good. Rain is good. How do we do this? How do we do this? Oh, 7 p.m. $32.55. So we've got 40. So that's 40 mil. So we've got 8 mil. Is that all we've got? 8 mil. Fiddlesticks. If we go 64? 64 by 48. And then align you. Let's work out how much space that we've got to play with. So we can go 64. We can go 64. That works. What I mean by that works is we've got space that we can play with at 64 mil. Because we're not colliding with the Z tower. So what do we need to do? We need to ensure that we need to make sure that we can still mount the motor to the front. We need to make sure that the motor pulley has sufficient room. We need to leave the hole. We need to leave the hole so that we can actually thread the motor pulley easily. We need the rail holes as well. We've got several key bits to try and figure out here. This is not a pleasant piece. Not a pleasant piece at all. So let's keep going. Let's figure this out. Let's grab this. This over here is the screw hole pattern for NEMA 11. So we can just use it as a reference, basically. Whoops. Drop you there. Come on, get off. Let's focus back in. At 7 p.m. Yeah. A little bit jealous that you've got rain coming. A little bit jealous. But that's fine. Huh. Okay. Little bit of unconventional thinking for a moment. I'm thinking to do the bearings for the Z as print in place. Now, print in place in this scenario means that they're a bit more difficult to maintain. It also means that you would have to break the print to get them out to use them for anything else. But it means that we're not having to tighten two pieces to sandwich those bearings. Is that, in your opinion, a bad idea? Because to me it makes sense. To me, yeah, just to me it makes sense. Unless I don't know. I'm trying to justify it right now. It kind of makes sense to do them print in place. Because then you've got the trapezoidal lead screw nut. If it makes sense to you, it kind of makes sense to me. Wow, got a roll of funfetti. Oh, you got a roll of funfetti from Cookie Card for 24 bucks with a discount code they sent me. Nice. Congratulations on getting a roll of Cookie Card. Cookie Card stuff looks nice. I've not personally used Cookie Card yet, but it looks nice. I believe Ace has used Cookie Card before. No. No, I don't think I will. For the Z, I think you're an affiliate for Cookie Card. That's right. I forgot. Okay, let's figure this out. What do we miss by not... What do we make easier? We make it easier because you can put the Z assembly together entirely. You're able to take and replace a single bearing. It's... There's already going to have to be screws in there for the trapezoidal nut anyway. Yes, Ace, you can rep your discount code if you would like. Because, hey, why not? Why not? Okay. 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 Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. We're going to have to put screws into this piece anyway for the trapezoidal nut. We're going to have to put screws in for the NEMA 17. We need to put screws into the NEMA 17, therefore we have to have it so that the piece can break in half, so that we can move everything out of the way to put the screws into the NEMA 17. We've got no choice. This has to be a two-part piece. Problem solved. Right. Got it. Wow, that took a long time for me to figure out. That took a very long time for me to figure out. This is 48, so let's do 24. So it's a block and a half. Whole duplicate. Group set 1. Group set 2. Yes, you do. Wait, did they add grooves? Have they added small grooves to hold the bearings in place? Huh. It's kind of cool. Huh. Okay. Okay. Right. I don't know. I don't know. 32? And then make you 16? And then shove you back here? Maybe? Group. Nope. Oh. Okay. So I'm missing something. I need to get it at, I need to chop it halfway through the bearings to make life easy. So I do just need to use a conventional size, so 29. It's fine, it'll all add up. 29. And then face you to there. So that puts you halfway through that bearing. You and you go together. So 29 add what makes 46. What was I going for? 64? Uh, 19? That's wrong. Nope. There. You and you. 48. There, that's right. Unconventional block size, but as long as the two blocks add up to make a whole that looks like a standard size block, I'm okay with that. We can deal with that. We can deal with that. Let's keep radius 1, step 1. Radius 1, step 1. You are 56. So we need to make you 64. Not 46, 64. And then 64 again. No. This is going to suck. 48 add 8 is 56. That's a block and a half in height. That's fine. I can deal with that. I can live with that. It's not my favorite. But I can live with it. live with it. It doesn't upset me deeply. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll get over it. I'm not crying, you're crying. Good to know. I've actually used my own code because my family is obsessed with Cookie Cat filament. Cookie Cat makes some nice looking filament. They really do. Ooh, okay. Turn you into a hole and group you for a moment. Why? I need you to line up properly, please. Please line up properly. Because there. That lines up. And that lines up, so we know that that's good. My only problem with CookieCAD is they are on the pricey side of filaments, but I can see why they do cost a little more. Because they've got a very good range of colors. A very good range of colors. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm not saying much, and I'm trying to think as to what I can say right now, but I can't think of anything to say other than this is annoying me. I knew that this piece was going to be a tricky piece to work out, but it's fine. But at the same time, why is it being so rude? Why is it being so rude? No, no. Go away. No, wrong one. Wrong one. Also, it's a small team. I personally know them. They're great people. Yes, with the advent of $10 roll PLA, though, hope that little extra off helps. Three. I can't brain a sandwich right now. Right. You go away a little bit. You go back here. You go back here. You can go to there, and so can you. Okay. 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 Everything's going to be fine, Doug. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to figure this out. You and you. We need to make you the same size so that I can figure this out properly. 8.5, that'll do. That'll do. Right. You and you. I need you to rotate because I need to resize you. You need to go to, what was it, 5? I think. Whatever. 6, that'll do. 6, and then 6. Right. Rotate. You needs to be aligned with you. So let's align. And then align. Why are you up there? You and you need to be aligned. So let's align you, and then you, and you need to be aligned. So let's align you. There we go. So then we get to this point of it's cutting a hole for the bearings. So we need to actually no, we need to cut a hole for the belt. How are we going to do that? Good question. We're going to do that with a rather rounded. What do you call it? Oval? Rhombus? No, not rhombus. I forget words. Length 10? I always get the length and the width mixed up. You are aligned here at this point. Best Buy is now selling as well. What are Best Buy selling? Filament. You are 64, so you need to be width of 64. And for some reason, for you, width is... Bloop. There we go. There. That looks about right. Except make it a bit wider. So let's go 70 so that it's past the edges of the block, so that way it looks tidy. And then put the bearings back. There we go. Make you the right height as well of 56. I don't like it being 56, but it's all I can do. We've got the screw holes for the motor. What are those screw holes for? Oh, they're screw holes to clamp in the rod, but we're not doing those. So now it's the back piece, which the back piece has 2 and 2. Okay, so we need holes for square nuts. Do we have an existing hole for a square nut? Yes, we do. It's over here. So focus in and ungroup. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. So now we can take this square nut array, group it, duplicate, and then bring you over here at the top of the assembly, in the middle, in the middle again. Oh dear, get back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop you to that face. Drop you to the face. That sounds painful. So we need to rotate and rotate again. No, wrong orientation. There. We can ungroup momentarily. Do that, do that. Make sure they're aligned in the middle. And then align in the middle. We can extend these screw holes all the way back. No. All the way back. And then it's a case of, once again, making some end caps that are 5. That's what I use my plastic bottle filament for. What, weed whacker line? I didn't know you did that. Also, hi Josh. How you doing? Unleashing microplastics into the garden. What have I done, Josh? What have I done? Why are you shouting my name? Targ. Yeah, I see that you're shouting my name. Why are you shouting my name? Bup, 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 bup. And then drop you all the way down there. There. Oh, why am I popular today? One moment, please. The doorbell's ringing again. Everyone's turning up. Why? Okay, right, warm. I am warm. I am warm. I blame Josh, yes. I blame Josh too. Right. So how are we getting on? We are getting on reasonably. We need to duplicate these again. And then we've got a set for the main assembly and the back assembly. The only thing that I don't want to say concerned of, the only thing that's weirding me out at the moment is how to deal with attaching the extruder. Because to be brutally honest, I really don't want to have to remake the extruder. That just feels like a bad time. Does that make me a bad person? Probably. But again, if we remember the rules, you know, it's rule 7.1, which we discussed at the start of the stream, keeping it fun. So, you know, right. Right. Oh, the screw hole, you're right. We need the hole for the lead screw. Thank you for reminding me. Did I do it 11? I can't remember. You don't look like you're having fun. I am having fun. How dare you assume that I'm not having fun? Let's just have a grab of this a moment. Take it apart, take it apart, take it apart. How big of a hole did I do for this? That's his resting Doug face. Yes. Oh, I only did it as 10. Oh, okay. So we need to go into the bill of materials. X-axis. I was just there. X-axis has the custom part. It's, what is it? It's the screw that I can't remember the name of, that is the thing that goes onto the... I'm good with words, shut up. The thing that goes onto the lead screw. Mini fitting swivel nut? Is it the swivel nut? No. Is it the Z-axis? Bill of materials. Z-axis. Tinkercad moment. No, it's not a Tinkercad moment. It's the screw that goes onto the Z part. What is it called? I don't remember what it's called. What is it called? It's... Oh, they've not put it on this one. It's the one that goes here. It's the one that goes here. I don't remember what it's called. What is it called? Documentation. Mechanical parts. It's not a U-bolt. It's the... swivel nut, fitting olive, extruder spur. It's the Z... It's not the Z rod. It's the... What do they call it? Spare parts. Okay. Spare parts for the Prusa Mini. And it is... I want to call it a helical nut, but it's not. Oh, do they not have it? So the Z motor, Z-axis motor, what is this screw thing called that goes onto the Z-axis motor? Is it just going to be the Mark III? IR sensor. Load the next 20. The trapezoidal nut. Not a helical nut, trapezoidal nut. It's TR8. Okay, great. But what is the dimensions? We can go documentation, mechanical. We were just here. Prusa Mini. Trap as swivel nut. .ipt, mini fitting swivel nut.pdf. But it's not a swivel nut. I don't know what a swivel nut even is. Okay, Mark 3.5 Prusa trapezoidal nut STL. It's not going to be a printable part. I know it's not going to be a printable part. Trap. Nope. Trapezoidal nut. Oh. Threaded insert. No. Printables.com, trapezoidal lead screw. Thank you. Thank you, 3D Printing PL, for making my life easy. Let's just assume that this is the right one. What could possibly go wrong if I assume this is the right one? Nothing could go wrong here. It's 25 by 25. Great. I mean, thing is though, I could have done my previous technique. Actually, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to do the previous technique. I'm going to duplicate, shove you over there, just in case I need you. And then I'm going to make you too big. There we go. I'll do. Turn you into a hole. Right. Too much geometry. Shrink you back. Shrink you back down. I've got no choice, actually. So you're not 7, you're 14 wide. Okay. And then make you a lot shorter. Group it. Flip it. Drop it to the floor. What are we dealing with here? Something that loosely resembles this? Somewhat. Somewhat. Okay. Now let's do something strange. Let's make the trapezoidal nut kind of, I guess. There we go. So maybe I should explain. Should I explain? Or should I leave you all wondering what the hell I've just done? I'll explain. I'm trying to get the right size for the trapezoidal nut right now. Yes, I've found a model of a trapezoidal nut, but I'm not 100% sure that that is the right one. So instead of just blindly trusting that model, I'm going to try and loosely recreate it. And then when it comes time to printing it, we will, I guess, print a lot smaller pieces. By that, I mean we will make... What words am I going for here? We will, when it comes time to printing it, print just the small section of both pieces first, and then take one of the trapezoidal nuts and then fix it in to make sure that it fits. Fasten it in to make sure it fits. But are we there yet? No, Herzl, we're not there yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there quite quickly. Because after this, it is a case of they don't line up. Or have I got it upside down? I might have this piece upside down. After this piece that I'm doing now, we will be doing the extruder. Will the nuts go? We will go nuts and print the whole thing and not realize it's wrong until you try to put it all back together. Yes. That's exactly what will happen. Well done. Well done. You got it in one. Got it in one. I'm proud of you. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. Oh well. And all of us will tell you, I told you so. Yep. You'll all be angry at me. You'll all be angry, you'll all yell. But that's fine. That's fine, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. That loosely looks right. And the screw holes are in the right place. They're too big. It should be 3.5, not... I think. Screw it, group it, make it a hole, duplicate it for later. And then we go over to the thing with the thing. And then we group these two bits together. Group. We make the correct sized lead screw hole. And then we try our best to align the lead screw hole with the rest of it. Something like that, something like that. Not angry, more disappointed. Yes. Move you back. Okay. You're supposed to be a hole. How does this look? 56. Oh, I need two of you. Let's start grouping the first half together. So, you shouldn't be grouped yet. You and you get grouped. You go away. You and you get grouped. Oh no, wait. Yeah. And then you should be on... No, come on. Ugh. Right, you and you get grouped. You and you. No. Come on. You move away. You and you get grouped. You go away. You and you need to go somewhere here. And then, in turn, no, you get grouped. And then you and you go through to about here. And then, you guessed it, you get grouped. Nice. Nice. No, you did it wrong. You go there. Drop, drop. No. Okay, guess what? Guess what? You and you and you and you. Oh, and you get grouped. Did you print blocks with printer block printers? Yes. Yes, I have printer block with printer block printers. In fact, if I can find it. If I can find it. Over here, that you can't currently see. Boop. Boop. There. As I fall over. Haha. Let's bring it up. The big one. This is the motor block off of the big printer block printer, which was printed on the big printer block printer. And it has normal problems. So you can see on this side, the first layer was too close. And on the face, you can see that there was a layer shift. Normal printer problems. No Herzl, we're not adding that rule. We are not adding the rule that all parts must be printed on printer block printers. The rule is that all parts must be printed on Prusa Minis. No, because if all the parts need to be printed on printer block printers, then that means that this project won't get finished until we fix the big printer block printer and the Delta block. I'm all for I'm all for getting the Delta block functional, right? I'm all for that. But the infinite video. Sorry, it got a second. You've been overruled, Doug. This is mutiny. This is mutiny. Come on. Be kind. Please? Please? I vote no. Hang on. You're voting no to being kind. When you fix your garage door and you have a massive amount of infestation, you know how to cancel. Wait, Doug. Print them on the K1 and do the CFS upgrade. No. Hang on. PrusABlok on which printers? PrusABlok parts printed on which printers? Prusa Minis? PrusABlok printers because evil. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to this. Okay. There you go. Have a poll. I'm going to get overruled, aren't I? Oh. Okay, so it's 50-50. Oh, there's 3 votes, there's 4 votes, and it's 50-50. I will make it more fun. It will make it more fun though. Will it? Because we need to finish. Right. Okay, 5 votes. Any just finished the project. Thank you. I mean, that sounds like Josh, who just voted for that one. If it's 50-50, the most even. Delta printer, it is. Finishing is more important, yes. So, again, I'm not opposed to printing parts on a PrusABlok printer, but no, none of the PrusABlok printers at the moment are in a state that I could trust them to print parts for this project. This Prusa Mini PrusABlok printer will be the most stable PrusABlok printer that I have, I think. Get it done. Thank you. How many minis do I have? I have 2.5. I've just ordered some pneumatic couplers, M8 by 1 by 1.25, or whatever they are. PC4 M8 by 1.25, so that I can get new Bowden tube on my 2 Prusa Minis that I do have that aren't for this project. So as long as Prusa Minis print all the parts for the PrusABlok printer, I think that counts. Better get to work. Cragord, you're being mean. Get me a working firmware so we can make more PrusABlok printers printing. I mean, we are working on that, Josh. We are working on that. It's just been hot, and neither of us have been in the brain space to do it. So there we go. Right, I'm going to leave that poll running for the next 5 minutes. Let's see if we can finish this piece. Oh, wait. I did all of that grouping and forgot to Forgot to duplicate these square nut pieces down. So I'm going to have to regroup and redo all of it. But that's fine. Because we duplicate, no, not favorite. We duplicate and drop. So then we boop, 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 boop. Right. You, group. Actually, you and you, group. Da-da-da. One, two, three. There. Whole and whole. Right, right. Can I do it in one fell swoop? Can we do it in one fell swoop? Does it make sense to do it in one fell swoop? Group. Yes, it does. Nice. Drop you there. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then group. And huh? Oh. What's going on there? That's 56. Oh. That's stupid. Right, it looks like that needs to be not 55. Because I'm a numpty. And I didn't check the size of those. So that's why there wasn't a hole. There we go. There we go. Right, you, group. And just make sure we go like this. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1. Right, you know what? You know what? You're annoying me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Group. 1, 2, group. No. 1, 2. Group. Huh. So I missed a bit. I missed a bit. Dugnyland. Look at the construct 1. We can see the reflection in the printer. What do you mean? Oh, so you can. Limi MUN Doug. Doing something wrong here. I'm going insane. Oh wait, I was already here. 7. There. Haha. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be further through than that. You're supposed to be all the way through, I think. Are you supposed to be all the way through? No, you're not. But you're supposed to be nearly all the way through. I'm going to stop you there. Right, now let's try it. Let's group this half. What? Go away. What is going on? All right. 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 Now try this section. Group. This section. Group. This and this. Group. This and this. Group. This and this. Group. This and this. Group. Doug, change the cam. Oh! It's been 5 minutes and no one's told me this. You've let me do this for the last 5 minutes and you've not corrected me. We have been trying. Ah, yeah. Sorry. I'm going to hide in shame now. Sorry. I've just been trying and focusing way too much on that silly Z-axis piece. Keep merging, you're good. I mean, now I feel very silly. You could have called me. You should have called me. That would have been funny. That would have been funny. Right. But hey, I mean, the fact that I've been having to ungroup and regroup and do the same thing for the last 5 minutes and I'm still having to redo it right now speaks volumes. I'll try Discord next time. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Discord didn't work either. We need to control smart light. I mean, I can set that up. I can set up a smart light so that you can actually figure it out. So how long was I? Far too long. Far too long. That's a solid 10 minutes of just my face. Ugh. Oh. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I was 2 hours into a 3-hour stream and no one told me my mic was muted. Yeah. Yeah, solid 5 minutes of just, yeah. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn. Okay. Right. I really need to get a proper view of chat, like here. I think at least one part should be printed on a PrusABlok printer. Yes. At least one part should be. Not everything as punishment, but, you know, at least one part. Okay, let's see, they're in the wrong place, I feel. Because they're colliding with the bearings. So they collide with the bearings if I leave them there. So there? Duplicate you, merge you into there. And then there. That looks slightly better. Except for that's not in the right place. For goodness sake. Right. This is what sucks. One of the things that sucks about Tinkercad, having to dismantle everything to then put something back in the right place that shouldn't have moved. I don't fully trust that. Because I somehow moved this piece, and I'm not entirely sure how. So let me grab these again. And by these are the NEMA 17 spacers. Whoop. You go over here a moment, drop it, focus, rotate, and then 45-degree rotate, just to make sure that this is in the right place. Nope. You go there, you go there, and then did I inadvertently move them? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Great. Fan-dabby-dozy. Okay. Okay. We can deal with that. That's fine. That's fine. We deal with that by just doing that. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we need to make sure these are in the right place. These being the recessors for the screw caps. Sorry, I'm still reeling from the I didn't spot for 10 minutes that I wasn't showing Tinkercad. It's a small thing, but it's not a small thing. It's annoying. but it's fine. Because I'm sure there's enough blundering with me that y'all will get over it. But it's not you who needs to get over it, it's me. Oh. Speaking of getting over it, the shaft for the NEMA 17. I've not put the shaft for the NEMA 17 in. Ah! Drop you there. Drop. Focus. No, wait, I don't need to use you because we've got it over here. We've got the spacing that we need over here. We go ungroup, get rid of you. We take you, and we take you, and then we take you and you. Group. Then we get rid of the debris. There's one thing that I keep forgetting to do on these projects is tidy up as I go along. So then you end up with pieces everywhere, and then it slows the project down loading. You end up reaching a critical mass with Tinkercad projects with the number of unique items, where it's just had enough. You go there, you go there. And then we ungroup, shrink you down, get rid of you two, because we've made sure that we're aligned. And then there. Something like that. Something like that. Except not something like that, something more something more along these lines. Because I didn't make the recesses to get the caps through for the screw heads. And now there we go. So you can get the screw heads through, you can fasten the NEMA 17 in place, you can recess the motor itself onto the piece. You've got the holes for the bearings, the holes for the lead screw. We don't have the what's it called? I've already forgotten what this helical nut thing was called. Whatever this helical thing was called. So take you, where is it? Ungroup you once more. Take this one, which is the lead screw hole, with this piece, and then take the lead screw, center it, and it's centered. There we go. Oh wait, we need two. We need two of it. Duplicate. Group into there. No. But I want to grab you. Get off. PrusABlok CNC when? Eventually, potentially. Maybe. One day. I don't see why it wouldn't work. I really don't see why it wouldn't work. You can get the frame stiff enough. There. There. Now we just need to put all the connector holes on it. So it's 64 by 56. So that's 4 by 3.5. Damn it, Doug. I had to go load up my own TPU. Damn it, Cragord, you didn't phone me to say that I'd left the wrong camera shot on. I think we're even. We're not even. We're not even. We're only odd. Right. Now to PrusABlok connectors all over this. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. So we need an extra 2 rows. Make sure it's 1 millimeter snapping. Duplicate. 1, 2. There we go. So that. Doop, doop. Group. Duplicate. Is there any point in putting them on this face? Is there any point? Because they're just going to get in the way of the motor and you're not going to see them anyway. No. Doesn't make sense to put them there. I mean, in theory, on this face, the extruder's going to be in the way. But hey, because the extruder's not like load bearing outside of the PTFE tube, it doesn't matter. I think on this piece it should be fine because we can use that to attach the extruder. You and then you. Are there multiple connectors in places? No, there aren't. Everywhere. There are some, but not everywhere. All right, I'll get over it. Right, group you back up. Center, vertical, face. And then you're supposed to be holes. Holes, solid, group. So that gives us connector holes that we can use to attach the extruder assembly to. Problem solved. Right. Next one. We need to do the side. So in total it's 48, which is 3 connectors wide. 1, 2, 3. Group you together. Duplicate, rotate. Duplicate, rotate. Turn you into a hole. And then align on this face. You're going to convert it to an extruder too, right? Add more bees to the project. I don't think the person's finished the extruder piece yet for the Prusa Mini. I know somebody on Reddit was doing it, but I don't remember what state they got it to. Did the poll end? No, because I started reeling from the fact that I forgot to change the camera. We've got 8 votes, and it's evenly split between just using the Prusa Mini's And doing Prusa and doing a PrusABlok on the PrusABlok printer. Yikes, indeed. It's not a tie, isn't it? The third option was the tiebreaker. True, I suppose. But as Joe said, at least one part should be printed on a PrusABlok printer. And I can get behind that. I can get behind bringing the big PrusABlok printer back to life to get it to print some bits. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. The Delta. The Delta's writing an. The Delta is finishing the Clipper config. That's not too bad. The big PrusABlok printer, I need to find the micro SD card that I used that I may have accidentally overwritten. So that would be building an entire Clipper config from scratch. So it's not too bad. I say it's not too bad. That's a horrible option. How to do this one? I know. Let's get rid of this stack here. You, and you, and you go away. Holes, and then drop it on the face. So you are fine on here. You are fine on here. Oh, wait. I need to duplicate you first. We saw you making Clipper config. You have the big guns to do it. Thank you. So the big PrusABlok printer is a Big Tree Tech Manta M5P and an Ender 3 bed. So it's not ridiculous. It's the weird stuff like the Z-tilt adjust that I added because it's independent belts on the. It's got 2 Z motors, so it does Z-tilt adjust. That's the word I'm looking for. So it's making sure that that's set up properly. Which I've done it before. I could do it again. It's just remembering what nonsense I did during the build of that printer, because that was for Smurf 24. There. It looks weird. But I don't think I've forgotten anything. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think I've forgotten anything for this. I mean, realistically, these connectors on the side aren't usable. They do offer some level of snappy rigidity, so that works. Kind of. Maybe. I don't think these ones for the with the LM10 bearings are going to be usable. But maybe. Maybe it's usable. That's another 3 pieces to add to the stack. That came together quite nicely. Aside from the whole bit where I forgot to change my camera back after showing you the piece that was printed on a PrusABlok printer. Aside from that, this stream's been all right. Whoop. Aside from that blip, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. What else? What else is there? You can blame me for that. It's fine, Jay Brezen. It's fine. It happens. It happens. That's on me for not properly paying attention to the phone that I've got balanced in front of me. Like the fact that I have the stream running on my phone in front of me and I didn't even click that. Yeah. I didn't even click that it was still just my face. Because I'm a numpty. But it's okay. In other news, it's printing a spool holder. So we've got another reference piece. So I've got the lac stack of printers next to me. And I need to ceiling mount the spool holder because it makes more sense. So I'm printing some spool holders for the Prusa Minis. It just happens to be one of them is being printed on what will be the PrusABlok printer, but it's another piece that we can use as a reference piece. And speaking of reference pieces, this stream is going to be a reference as to how to actually do things properly. At least I'm not muted. I remember to unmute for the 2 distractions that I've had this stream. One of which being delivery that I now get to look at. Okay. So what madness do we have? We have got coming up. Could be forgetting to turn off Twitch. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah. What we've got is one of those, which is a Discord link. If you wanted to join and shout at me when I forget to change the camera again, you're more than welcome to do that. In the description, there is the link to 3D Jake. Kragord, I know that you've been looking at that. It seems that the answer is that you would have to do it through the website, not through the app, for me to get any form of affiliate revenue from that. And then there's also the link to the website, which is now my website, which has been updated with my brief write-up and pictures of Smurf26 with the PrusABlok table. Alongside that, yeah, you know, other places that it will take you to find me on the internet so that you can shout at me. Yeah. I will be back, and I hope you will be too, on Thursday. Because on Thursday, we get to do the extruder. And then get the Prusa Minis to start printing the parts for the PrusABlok printer. This feels very fast. This feels very fast indeed. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Are we really at that point? We can't be there. Right. Okay. We have got... let's group that a second. Shove that up here. Align it, and then, in theory, align it. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then you and you. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Something like that. We've got the X end. We've got the Z carriage. We've got the frame. We've got the Z tower. We've got the Y. We've got the Y motor block, the Y idler. Oh, the electronics enclosure. Electronics enclosure. And extruder. And screen holder. So we're not that close, but we are close. Electronics enclosure and screen holder. Okay. Whew. I thought this was going too fast. No, there's so many little things that I've forgotten. Classic. All right. Okay. So the C1 gets print block if you finish early. You want printer blockified C1? No. There's an entirely different printer that will get printer blockified before the C1. Partly the Prusa Mini, not the Prusa Mini, the baby belt needs to be printer blockified. Yeah. So we get to take apart the baby belt and rebuild it in printer block form. Printer block baby belt. Why not? Baby block. I mean, that's something else. That's something else entirely. Yes, I want to see what he would do if you did that to it. What, you want to see what Rob would do if I printer blocked the baby belt, or you want to see what Jacob would do if I printer blocked the Construct C1? Which one, or both? Both. All right. Well, I can tell you now that Rob would find it funny if I printer blocked the baby belt. I can tell you that now. Because then we have a belt platform that we can then put onto another printer block printer. So then you've got your auto ejecting bed on the 180 Prusa print block printer. What would Jacob do? Well, it depends. Am I taking apart the C1 that I've got on loan? Or am I taking apart a new C1? Making plans before finishing this. Man, you're becoming me. Oh, dude, I can find the screenshot where I said you know, I want to print a blockify a baby belt and take it to Smurf 27. I can find that screenshot. I said that before Smurf 26 even happened. I think I said that at the end of Smurf 24 to print a blockify a baby belt pro. Anyway, put things back where you get them from. And on the topic of putting things back, I'm going to put myself back into the real world, unfortunately. It is 15:36 in the UK, which is 3:36 p.m., which is 4:36 p.m. Central European summertime, which is currently 9:30-ish for some of you in the States. 10:30 for some others. You can join me, if you like, on Thursday at the usual time of 9:30 p.m. British summertime, which is 10:30 p.m. Central European summertime, which is 4:30 p.m. East Coast, which is 3:30 p.m. in Texas. Go eat Doug. I don't want to eat a Doug. Eating a Doug doesn't seem like a good idea. But yes. Thank you for joining. Sorry that I did the whole thing where it was still my face for like a solid 10 minutes. Because, you know, you're not here for my face. You're here for Tinkercad. Or you're here for PrusABlok. Or you're here for things being printer-blockified using Tinkercad. And then we're doing stuff to make things into things that shouldn't be doing the things that they're doing to things. So something, 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 something. Cheerio. Bye. Crazy.